Salutations, Imperial citizens and battle brothers. It is I, Brother Tobias, and we have been greeted with a brand new data slate for Warhammer 40,000 competitive matched play gaming. And this update has a lot of things in store for Eldar, AtMech, and of course Space Marines, who have been balling the previous 3 days thanks to the Victrix Guard releasing for Ultramarines and some other stuff going on. But let's talk about it. First, let's take a look at the data slate. I will only be briefly talking about everything that is new. So let's dive right in. So we are at the core rules. There's nothing going on in the core rules. Nothing going on with sisters, which is concerning because they are pretty good. Nothing going on with custodies, which is concerning because they're really bad. AtMech, no rules changes, which is concerning because they're very good. Eldar, we got some new stuff. Okay. Army rules, agile maneuvers, star engines. That's the one where you can flat like maximum advance on a vehicle. And now it was just to add 6 inches to a vehicle move, I'm pretty sure. And now it was changed to advance move. And they get assault. But that now means you can't advance with a transport and then disembark. Unless you have a different rule. That is pretty good. Aspect Host, Skyborn Sanctuary. That is the stratagem. I'm pretty sure that same strat is also in Warhost, I believe, but let's talk about that. You can now only go back into a transport at the end of the fight phase if your unit has fought. So you can't just stand outside, shoot, and then get back inside. That's pretty appreciated because it was genuinely infuriating to play against Eldar. Here it is. Warhost, same stratagem, Skyborn Sanctuary. You have to have fought. And you can embark back in. Fire and Fade restriction, the stratagem. You cannot embark in a transport with Fire and Fade. Very good. That means you can no longer jump out of a transport with Fugan and his 10 fire dragons, kill all of your tanks, and then get back inside behind a wall. No more. Aspect Shrine tokens. Once per battle for each aspect Shrine token this unit has, excluding character units, set to an unmodified 6. Oh, this is now... aren't the Dark Eldar ones, the one from the Incubi, aren't those exactly like that? You can't use a 6 on Drazar if you put Drazar or an Archon in them. Yeah, oh, interesting. Yeah, so you can't give Fugan an unmodified 6 to hit now. That's pretty good. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, some pretty important nerfs for Eldar. Eldar are genuinely the most frustrating army to play against, so pretty good. I do like that. Let's move on. Guard, nothing. Black Templars, nothing. Blood Angels, nothing. Chaos Knights, nothing. Chaos Space Marines, they could use a bit of help in my opinion. Nope. Dark Angels, nothing. Death Guard, nothing. Oh, here we go. Dark Eldar. You can now split a Hand of the Archon with a Venom. They just forgot to mention them. So now you can split your side-graded Cabalite warriors into 2 5-mans with a Venom. They couldn't before. It was obviously intended because they can obviously go into a Venom, but they're a unit of 10 and the Venom only has 6 seats, so they just forgot to add the tag here. Emperor's Children. Mechanized Murder was changed. Now, instead of units disembarking from a transport for 1 turn, reroll once to hit and wound. Also, all the transports have reroll once to hit and wound. Emperor's Children Land Raider spam. Let's go. I doubt that will be good. GSC got nothing. Grey Knights got nothing. Imperial Agents got nothing. Imperial Knights got nothing. Votan, nothing. I have not played against new Votan. Are they good? I have no idea. I don't even know how they work. Necrons, nothing. Orcs, they got a bunch of buffs, but nothing this time. Space Marines, any rules changes? Not as far as I can see. Okay. Nothing? Really? Okay, maybe I have to check I have to check all of that stuff here later on. Maybe because I heard some rumors about something with assault terminators, but I guess we'll see it later. Yeah, it should be here if there's something, but I don't know. Space Wolves, nothing. Tau, nothing. Thousand Suns, ooh, some stuff. Oh yeah, now all of the Thousand Suns, all of the demons, the Zinj demons, you take in a Thousand Suns detachment, and they now get to benefit from Cabal of Sorcerers. So now your Kairos Fate Weaver can now cast spells, and your Horrors can cast spells, all of that stuff. Pretty good. Yeah, and here we go. Temporal Surge, Twist of Fate, all of them now work with the Scintillating Legion stuff. I really like that, honestly. I think they should go way harder on this for all of the cult books. I think locking the demon units only to one detachment is pointlessly restrictive, and it keeps the roster down. Like, for example, Emperor's Children have like 5 datasheets in their entire book that are unique. So why not let them use the Slanesh demons in just normal detachments? Because that would just help so much to make the army feel more like an army. In my opinion, they get some buffs on the weapons, damage free, pretty good on the Lord of Change. 18 inches on the rod, and damage free on the stuff. I have to be honest, I don't know what the previous damage profile was. No idea. Tyranids, nothing. World Eaters, nothing. Okay, that's the data slate. So, pretty good nerfs for Eldar. Nothing for Sisters and Admech. So let's hope the points make up for that. But first, let's go into the chapter approved tournament companion, so we can see some stuff here. Yeah, challenger cards, asymmetric war and twists are not in tournament play. That's pretty good. Oh, I have to zoom in. Excuse me, little viewers. Set aside the secondary decks as normal. Players will receive these later. Is that a change? What is the change here? Is that just some cleaned up wording when you take the secondary decks? Because I don't know. Is there anything else? Did they change anything with like the layouts or some secondaries? They should bring back no prisoners as a fixed secondary. I think that was some stuff. Oh, pretty interesting question. If I terraform an objective in my opponent's deployment zone, can my opponent terraform it back? No. Players can't terraform in their own deployment. So if you terraform your opponent's home objective, they don't get that back ever. So that's 1 point you will always score. Pretty sick. And they did clarify, if you terraform something that was terraformed by an opponent, is it now yours or is it neutral? And the answer is it is yours. Nothing on missions, all the same. And I'm not going to go into the terrains. I assume nothing changed. Okay. Here we go. Unitorum Field Manual. Let's go through the points just real quick. Sisters. A bunch of point increases here. Sacrosaurs, Dominions, yeah, Retributors. So, yeah, makes it. Sanctifiers. I think that unit was actually pretty popular, right? That's the new kill team. Yeah, I think that unit is pretty popular. Bunch of stuff. Custodes out here getting the point drops again. Nothing meaningful. I doubt it will actually matter. 4 Custodian Guard are now 150. That means Custodian Guard are now per point cheaper than Victrix Guard. Right? Because it's like yeah, it's like I don't know, like 43 points per model or something. Yeah, hey, here we go. Discounts on all the sisters infantry here, the little units, even the four unit size here. Witch Seekers for 45 seem pretty good. They didn't do prosecutors, right? Okay, so for 5 points more, you now get Scout, but you lose 1 OC. Here we go, AdMech. Call goes up 35 points. That is a Gilliman level increase here. Ballistari with the last cannons, the last chickens, they go up by 10, 20, 30. Skystalkers go up. Infiltrators go up. Rust Stalkers go up. Just 5 points? Really? Okay, the big units go up 15. Fair enough. Yeah, okay. I hope that reins AdMech in, because AdMech is pretty ridiculous right now, but I guess we'll see. I have so many difficulties trying to guess how the AdMech changes are going to play out, because, man, I don't know. I played against AdMech twice this entire edition. I have no idea. Codex Eldar. Oh, we got some stuff. Lycus goes up to 135. Good fucker. Jane Zard up to 120. The small Warp Spider squads go up. That's good. Eldrad goes up. Were people using Eldrad? I haven't seen them. The big Fire Dragons went up after only the small ones went up. Good. Swooping Hawks, 5 models went up. Storm Guardians went up. Yeah, that is great news. I hope Eldar are dead. Get them out of here. Don't want to see an elf ever again. Guard, no changes. That's scary. For those of you who don't know, Guard won the Canis Belli War Super Major. Just like it was like less than 3 weeks ago. They won the entire Super Major. They creamed Ultramarines in the finals with like 70 points difference, and no changes is pretty scary. Black Templars. The Castellan goes up 10 points. Is that the captain? Is that just the captain? Or is that the lieutenant? I have no idea what the Castellan does. The Emperor's Champion goes up. That's pretty good, because that guy is pretty insane. The Ancient goes down. The Valiant goes down. Oh, they forgot to put the Valiant down last time. That's funny. The Execrator goes down. And the Repulsor goes up. The Rexo. Okay. Blood Angels. Oh, the Sanguinor drops 10 points. I have to message my buddy about that. He's gonna be happy. Chaos Demons. Kairos Fate Weaver goes up. Lord of Change goes up. I assume that's because of the Thousand Suns stuff, now that they're just having better profiles here. Rodigus goes up. You saw Rodigus in a bunch of night lists as like a support piece. Shalaxi Hellbane goes down 40 points? I know Shalaxi is terrible, but 40 points is a lot. But damn, that lady is 340? Shalaxi is more expensive than Fulgrim. That's pretty nuts. Yeah, and the Endless Gift goes down 15 points. Oh, did they change something for demons? We'll check together with the Space Marine thing. Chaos Knights, the Knight Ruinator, and the Knight Desecrator go down. I think both of these were pretty bad. The spoiler goes up. Hopefully 45 points extra do actually kill the triple Gatling list, because that list is infuriating. Chaos Space Marines, point drops on Terminator Lord. Good for my Iron Warriors. Drop on Forge Fiend. That's pretty good. I like that. Fabia's Spile goes up to 100? Really? Is anyone playing Creations of Bile at the moment? I guess Sasha still likes the Bile chosen brick in his veterans list, but I guess. Dark Angels, Azrael goes up, finally. He got away with it way too long. Ravenwing Black Knights go down. That's pretty good. Death Guard. Rodriguez goes up. And the Land Raider goes down. Sure. Death Watch, the Indomitor kill team. That's the Gravis kill team, if I'm not mistaken. The one with the Aggressors and the Eradicators. Yeah. That one goes up. Dark Eldar. The Ravager goes down. What was the Ravager again? Was that the triple Darklands thing? I believe, right? For 110? That's probably cheap, right? If you think about it, 3 Eradicators shooting from 18 inches or 100 points for 10 more points. You put all 3 models into like one big model, and it's not the same, but I see. Reaver bikes go up. This is probably a balance mechanic for the Witch Cult detachments, because you would just use those bikes to move block your opponent, and if your opponent moved into you, you would just charge them with the stratagem. And they probably want nothing. None of that anymore. Emperor's Children. The Demon Prince with Wings goes up to 215. But a bunch of stuff nobody uses goes down. John is not going to be happy about this. Okay. Spawn down to 70 points. That means we finally have something that is approaching a cheap unit. Good to know. Terminators for 155. They're terrible. The Footprints is now 180. Excuse me. This is pretty funny, because now the Footprints is probably where the Winged Prince started the codex, and the Winged Prince is now further up than what the Footprints did. That said, I think the Footprints is a bit underrated. I said it the entire time. I know it doesn't fly. It is slower by 4 inches, I believe. I believe the Winged Prince moves 14 and this one moves 10. But it's a lone op. It has AP 4 on the charge, I think. And it gives an aura of +1 AP if units charge, which is a bit annoying to set up because it's 6 inches or something. But I think the Footprints is fine. I think you can probably pivot into 2 Winged Princes and 1 Footprince. Maybe make the Footprints your Warlord, so you have something with lone op against assassination attempts. I think that's fine. GSC, nothing. Grey Knights. Interceptors go down. That's the unit with Fire and Fate. The jump pack ones, I guess. Purgation units, down. Okay. Good for Grey Knights. Imperial Agents. Lost, but also forgotten. Imperial Knights. Okay, point drops on a bunch of big knights. Crusader, Defender, Errant, Gallant, Warden. Most likely an attempt to get people to stop using the Forgeworld Knights, which is not going to happen because they're busted. Leaks of Votan. The Trivarch Cyber Implant goes up by 10 points. I have no idea what that does. I don't know. Is that the one that gives you an extra yield point or something? I don't know. And then we have point upgrades on Steeljacks. The basic Carl goes to 65. The named characters go both to down by a bunch of points. Okay. The Sagitar goes to 90 points. Okay. Those things were so terrifying in the index that now they have lethal instead of sustained, and I don't care anymore. You can play as many Sagitars as you want. I would rather play against 6 Sagitars now than against 1 in the index. Necrons, 0 changes. Orcs, 0 changes. Space Marines, here we go. Alright. Oh, aggressors go down by another 5 points. Ha! Okay, aggressors go down by 5 points. Maybe this time it will be good. Maybe this time paying a bunch of points for a unit that dies like a stiff breeze. But 3 of them? I mean, 3 Flamestorms for 95, that is 3d6 plus 3 auto hits and like 9 Power Fist attacks. I mean, it's not terrible. The thing I tried with the last slate when they went to 100, with like 1 captain and like a 3-man and then run 2 of these units, that did not work out. But yeah, okay. Even Sean goes up by 25. Eradicator's back to 90 points. Oh, baby. Oh, wait a minute. This is sick. Yo, this is awesome. Wait a second. Eradicator's down to 90 points. Kosaru Khan down to 60 points. Good for him. Here we go. The basic lieutenant down to 55. The lieutenant was garbage. I always hated the lieutenant. I think he does nothing. Nothing important enough to upgrade a unit for 65 points. And now, hey, now you save 10 points. So if you put Fire Discipline on this guy for 25, is it, I believe? That is now a clean 80 points. So your 10-man intercessor unit with a lieutenant is now 260 instead of 285. And for 42 plus 2d6 shots, lethal sustained, AP2 ignore cover, and 2 of those shots are damage 2. Yeah, I think you can cook a stew out of that. Devastator Centurions go back up 10 points. This is obviously to hit Raven Guards, but I am not happy about that in one of my lists, as I will show you later. Here we go. Vanguard Veterans go back up to 100. Also Raven Guard's fault, I assume. But you were also seeing them as skirmishers every now and then now. I don't like them as skirmishers. I always preferred JPI because of the Power Fist and the Mortal Wounds. But yeah, I guess so. Here we go, the big one. Victrix Honor Guard. The 3 model unit goes down to 120. And the 6 model unit goes up to 240. Alright. You probably wondered what my opinion is if you haven't been following me on the Discord talks. I think this is completely reasonable. 240 is perfectly reasonable for that unit. And Ultramarines have been winning like 11 tournaments in the past 3 weeks, I think. And every single finish is one sort of Victrix Guard stuff. So it doesn't matter if it's like 2 units or 3 units. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think 30 points on triple Victrix going up 90 is a lot. That is an entire unit you have to cut. But I will be talking about this when we look at some lists. The Storm Speed of Thunderstrike goes down to 135. Oh, this is actually pretty interesting. The Thunderstrike doesn't stack with Oath of Moment. Because of the +1 to wound thing. Unless you have a -1. But let's just go basic numbers. It doesn't stack with Oath of Moment, but it hits on 2s. It has Deep Strike. It has 2 last talent shots and some missiles. Are the missiles D6 damage? I don't think they are, right? This is actually pretty interesting. This might actually make this playable. Yeah, it's basically like a flying ballistas. Hit on 2s versus hit on 3s with rerolls. And nothing else changed. Nothing on Gilliman this time. Okay. So the highlight... Oh, Kato Sicarius goes from 120 to 95. That's new Sicarius. Huh, I like that, actually. Now they're both roughly the same cost. The old one is 85. This one is 95. So for 10 more points, you get way better combat. You lose Scout and Assault, but you get a better reactive move and 3 heroics. Yeah, I think I like that. And you will see in just a second why I like that. Okay. Space Wolves. A bunch of point drops. Good for them. Tau. A bunch of point drops. Riptides go up. Skyris go up. Thousand Suns. The Predator Destructor goes down. What else? The Forge Fiend to 130. Okay. Model Fiend 1. The Mutie goes back to 170. Rubrics go back down to 100. The basic Sorcerer goes down to 80. Oh no. I'm worried about this. And increases on the Siege Demons, of course. Sengors with bows go back down again. Why? They just went up. No. Stop it. I don't want to see Bogoats again. Get them out of here. I'm sick of them. Okay. Carnifexes get a lot cheaper. Jesus. Oh, by the Emperor. 25 and 50? That's a lot. Screamer Killer goes down by 10. You go off King. One day I will see you on the table. And World Eaters. Angron goes down by 20. He's now a bit more expensive than Fulgrim. Goremongers go down. And that's the infiltrate unit with reactive move. Lord on Juggernaut goes up 15. Were people using the Lord on Juggernaut? The Slaughterbound go up. Oh, that's the leader for the Exalted 8-bound. Okay. Berserker Glaive goes up. Helm of Brazen Ire goes up. Ooh. So World Eaters actually got nerfed. Interesting. And that's it. I'm not gonna look at legends here, so let's jump into the documents real quick. Chaos Demons, Space Marines. And see if anything is new. Chaos Demons. I don't know why why I'm doing such a deep dive here, but if I see it, it's in red, right? Oh, here it is. Okay, so the Endless Gifts, that's the enhancement you put on the Great Unclean one. It now only gives a 5-up Feel No Pain instead of a 4-up. That's good. That model is annoying, so that's good. Alright, Space Marines. Let's see. We have something on Shadow Mark, and here we go, Terminator Assault Squad. And we get an FAQ. Let's take a look at that first. We're looking for Shadow Mark Talon. Excuse me, I'm silly. I can't scroll anywhere. Where is it? Emperor's Shield. Probably the last one, right? Here we go. Shadow Mark Talon. I think it's the enhancement, right? Oh yeah, in your movement phase, the reserve, blah blah. You can't rapid ingress on turn 1 anymore. I wish they would change that for Stormlands 2 to prevent those triple Thunderwolf lists from just annoying you to death, but I think turn 1 rapid ingress just shouldn't be in the game. I think they should just remove that from the game as a concept. Okay. Oh, here we go. Assault Terminators. And there they are. Okay. Uh, free attacks, still devastating wounds. They now hit on freeze. That's pretty good. Same profile. They still do. Okay, still the same unit. Storm Shield has 4 wounds. Hammers now hit on freeze. That's pretty good. This actually means you will never see a Lightning Claw ever again. I had a mix between claws and hammers in one of my librarians lists because I thought one of the biggest problems is you don't have a fallback and shoot or charge as your strats. You have one as an enhancement, but that's 1 unit. And if you get charged by 10 guardsmen and you have 5 terminators with hammers, they will not kill them. They will attack with 15 attacks. They will miss like 8 of them. You get 1 back from the sustained, and then you kill like 6 guardsmen, and now you're tagged in combat with like a bunch of dudes. You just wouldn't do anything. And that's why I had 2 claws in the unit, which are now 6 attacks. Was it always 6 or was it 5 before? Huh. Yeah, so I had 2 models with claws just to get rid of like little trash units that try to tag me up. Pretty good. And then we have an errata all the way down. Is it working? Let's go all the way down. Let's see what happens. Dear viewers, is the website going to deliver here? Oh boy, this is not gonna be a thing. Okay. Watch World stuff. Nope, don't care about that much. That's all Legends. Or did I go all the way into Legends? I know the new guy is here, the one from the books with the hammer, but I'm not gonna look at him because it's a Legends model, so it doesn't actually affect me. Oh boy, the browser doesn't like that. Sorry I'm spending so long on this. I just want to make sure getting... How many Legends are there? Woof. Wait, what is the page? 42. Let's go to 42. Here we go. Captain with Jump Pack. You can now use Relic Shield, and you keep the Heavy Bolt Pistol and the Chainsword. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, if you play Vanguard or Shadowmark and you want to have the Lone Op Jump Pack Captain with Deep Strike, free Rapid Ingress just to steal primary, I think you actually run him with Chainsword and Shield just so you have an extra wound. I think, and you don't hit on freeze with the hammer. So I do think that is actually what you're gonna do. I think the Chainsword is also like 7 attacks or something, like 8. It's pretty good. The Land Raider Crusader now has the Land Raider keyword. That is funny. The Redeemer now has the Land Raider keyword. That is pretty funny. But nothing else. Yeah, let's look at him just because he's here. Farron Arios. He has a damage-free Thunderhammer with 5 attacks and death wounds. Hits on 2s. 1 shot with a Heavy Bolt Pistol. He ignores all ballistic skill, weapon skill, and hit modifiers, I guess. And in your command phase, you get advance and charge, advance and shoot, or fall back and do both. So he's like a doctrine guy. So again, not legal for matched play, but hey, that's pretty fun. Go nuts. If you play some Crusade games, go ham. 5 wounds. Okay. 2 up save. Interesting. Okay. Now, we talked about the whole data slate. So what is my overall feeling about this? Yeah, I think Space Marines. I think Shadowmark Talon got a bit too much hate here. I don't think that the army was overperforming that much in practice. Like, I know that the numbers were good, but I saw this army like twice in practice, and it won like a few games. But it's like such a specialized set of players, and this is like the Vanguard player talking in me, the one who was 2 years ago, and it's just sad. I don't want to see Centurions on the shelf. That's what it is. Victrix Guard got what they deserved, and I think you will still play them. I hope Eldar are dead. I hope AdMech are less of a problem, but we are going to see about that. So, yeah. So now I will do something requested by the Realm of Ultramar Discord members. They were asking me to look at some lists and what I would do with them. So, I have 3 lists prepared here, and we will go in descending order of Victrix Guard. So this is Nassim Fuchain's list, which he won a super big event with. It was a Gladius. You will see some recurring elements in these lists. So it's a Gladius with Sicarius, that's the old one, Calgar, Oriel Ventress, so no Gilliman, Captain with Gravis Armor and Artificer Armor, Lieutenant with Combi Weapon, 2 units of Scouts, triple Victrix Guard, of course 1 unit with all the upgrades, 2 Ballistas, 2 Redemptors, and that was an undefeated list from Nassim. And that list is now 90 points more expensive. Now, what do you do if this happens? Your triple Victrix Guard list is 90 points more expensive, and I believe it might be to trim the fat. It is probably something with the shooting core. You probably can't afford the Ballistas anymore. Like, the cleanest thing would be to cut the Gravis Captain, because that gets you exactly back to 2000. But I do think you could do something like cut a Ballistas Dreadnought for 3 Eradicators, or cut both of them, maybe for something, or cut both of them for 1 Redemptor. That is 300 points, turning into that is 105 points left, so you have 15 points left to spend on something. Maybe upgrade 1 Scout Squad. Yeah, I think just like as a gut feeling, just go triple Redemptor and upgrade 1 Scout Squad to like an Intercessor Squad or an Incursor Squad for your home objective. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. And then you have 95 points left, and you can spend those on something. The other thing you could do, which I will show you off in the next list. Here we go. Innes Wilson, also with a Gladius. This is his. He won an RTT and a GT with this, I believe. It is also a Gladius. The reason why they chose Gladius, by the way, because I asked, is they want to have access to Fight on Death in the mirror match. That's basically what this is. This is a Calgar and Gilliman list, and it includes Gilliman, Calgar, Ventress, Captain in Gravis Armor with the enhancement. That's the wrong enhancement. Here we go, Artificer Armor. That was the wrong enhancement. It was 5 points under. 1 Intercessor Squad, 1 Incursor Squad, double Victrix Guard, 1 with all the shebang, 2 Vindicators, and 2 Stormspeeder Hammer Strikes. So, this list is now up by 60 points, and there is something you can do. And I do think if you play a Gilliman and Calgar list, this is something you can do pretty easily. You cut Marneus Calgar, and you replace him with Marneus Calgar in Armor of Antilocus. That saves you exactly 60 points, and yes, it is worse, but I don't think if you play a double Victrix list, you need to try and scam people on Calgar durability with the Feel No Pain. You just use Calgar as a captain with damage-free melee weapons, and that's basically what you do. So I think this is like the easiest way to just keep playing the list and keep it functional. Last but not least, let's talk about my list. Again, I apologize, all of these lists are pretty much the same, but this is what I was planning to take to the winter finals for the Canis Belli Club, and it is 10 points under. It is a Blades of Ultramar, and it is Kato Sicarius, so the big Sicarius for 120. It is Marnius Calgar with the bodyguards. Gilliman. I have a Captain in Gravis armor with the armor of Antoninus, which is the same thing as Artificer armor. The Lieutenant with combi weapon, again, nothing new going on this front. One Intercessor squad, one Incursor squad, I have the mine. One Infiltrator squad, and then we have 2 units of Centurion Devastators and 2 Vindicators. This gives us a unit count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 units, which is okay. And this list had 1 unit of Victrix Guard. So this basically built into the idea to bring like 1 Victrix Guard super unit into the fray. What I thought about the Centurions, because Calgar is in the list, so in Blades of Ultramar you can activate Advance and Shoot and Fall Back and Shoot multiple times in the same game. So I had 2 units of Centurions here as my long-ranged firepower, because if they basically do the same jobs as the Ballistas Dreadnoughts, they do it a lot better. Because they have their own rerolls, so you can focus your rerolls elsewhere. And they also have access to -1 to wound, which makes them pretty annoying to kill, because if you have toughness 7, it is pretty hard to wound you on a 2. Pretty much, you need to have a Vindicator or a Doomsday Arc or something to wound on 2+. And otherwise, if it's like last cannon shooting you, they're wounding on 4s. That's pretty annoying. With the strat. So what would I change about this list? This is going to be pretty annoying because I just talked about it, but the Centurions went up by 10 each. So they're probably not good enough now, so I would probably just cut them for 2 Ballistas Dreadnoughts. That frees up 40 points. And then the Victrix go up by 30. And I get those points just back from the Sicarius change. So Sicarius went down from 120 to 95, so that's 35. Actually, can I just leave the list as is? Wait. Was my list safe? Let's try that, right? Centurion Devastator Squad, Centurion Devastator Squad. So these are 20 points over. So that means I'm 10 points over. I lose 35, so now I'm 25 over. So I'm 5 points over. That's pretty annoying. But I could cut the Infiltrator squad for something else. Like a second Incursor squad, maybe. And then the list still works, so... Yeah, that's something I could consider doing. Yeah, that's also an option. I think, yeah. So this was my list I wanted to take. 1 unit of Victrix with all the characters. So with the Sicarius and Calgar, like the super big brick unit, the one that would use reactive move for free, and then do stuff with that. Have the free heroics up, all of that jazz. Just the big 10-man brick with 2 damage-free characters in it, and then have the Centurions shoot from the long firing lane, and then the Vindicators driving from around corners and off the board to just blow stuff up. This list was pretty good at the mirror. I have to say, it is pretty difficult for Victrix Guard to engage my Victrix Guard because of the Sicarius move and the free heroic. And I had Vindicators and Robute Gilliman to just kill Victrix Guard really easily. And that is what that was. So, yeah. If you enjoyed this Dataslate review and overview, please leave me a comment, ask me anything, show me your list. Maybe you wrote a list without a Gravis captain and a combi lieutenant, and you can show it to me. Tell me in the comments, tell me on the Ultramar Discord, and I hope to see your comments soon when I go into the tier list. For courage and honor, we march for McCraig.